glow. So I'm just giving a little bit more highlight to make it glow. And same with the earrings and the other jewelry. Now we are moving on to the fur. And all I'm going to do for this is add more highlight to the fur, even in the shadow areas. Yes, some of these shadows and lighting tips I'm going to be showing you won't be so accurate, but it is going to give your art more depth to it. And now I'm moving on to this thing on the chest. I don't know what it's called, but you see that wrinkle? That is still going to cause a shadow. Even though it's in the light, it is still going to cause a pretty harsh shadow. I'm just giving it more shadows. And like I said for the jewelry, it's going to glow if light is hitting it. So I'm just adding some reflective light on it, like it's glowing. And just for this gem, I'm going to be adding little tiny pieces of really dark lines into it to make it have more depth. Now I'm moving on to the face. All the shadows are correct, but I'm going to give you a little tip. Instead of just moving this to basically black, you're going to hit this and you're going to move it down while also moving this a little bit, and it's going to create the perfect shadow that is not just black, and it's also going to give your art more depth to it. And now I'm going to go over the shadows to make them a little bit more darker, and I'm also going to do the highlights to make them glow a little bit more. And now it is time for the hat. You see this area? It's kind of glowing when it shouldn't be. So I'm just going to go over it with a darker color to make it look like it's in the shadows. And also, if you look back at the grayscale, the hat does not have that much depth as the rest of the body. So we're going to add more depth and highlights to the hat to make it match. Now I'm going to move on to the hand. The hand doesn't have enough shadow to it, so I'm just going to add a little bit more shadows. And just like the face, I'm going to go over the highlights to make them glow a little bit more. Now we have restored some of the highlights and shadows. We are just going to go with a dark purple and go on the side of the canvas where the shadows are and just airbrush it, and then we are going to overlay, and then we are going to erase the areas that have highlights. And now we're going to make it a little bit see-through, and there we go, we have some depth. This is the before and after. And see how I just darkened the shadows and brightened the highlights, and it already has so much more depth than before. So if you think your drawing doesn't have that much depth to it, just darken the shadows and brighten the highlights, and it should give the depth that it needs. And I hope this video helps, and I'm sorry it was so long, but I needed to get into detail. But if any of you guys need some help with your drawings or anything like anatomy or anything, just post your art in the comments and I will make a video helping you in detail. Anyways, bye!